Welcome back for another RC update video. Today we're going to cover a couple of brand new releases from Arrma. We've just received these through the door. They've been released today, so they're fantastic and exciting cars. Two of them, so the Talion and the Typhon. Let's get into it and show you the differences between these and the older spec cars. Super excited today to share with you two 2019 spec new releases from Arrma. The Talion and the Typhon. Both of these cars have seen some updates from the previous 2018 version. Some most notable updates is the Spektrum radio system and the IC5 connectors. But like previously, these cars do come in a almost ready to run configuration. Both can take up to 6S power, so huge power from these cars, and in essence that's what Arrma provides. They provide super fast cars that are really durable, designed to bash and kind of take anything you can throw at it. So both of these cars come with radio gear, pre-built transmitter. All you need to add to that is battery, charger, and a LiPo-safe charge bag ideally. So for the battery side of things, 4 or 6 cell would work just fine. So obviously 6 cells where you're going to get your big top speeds and your most power and most speed. But 4 cell is also going to be a lot of fun. The car's still going to have a heap of performance. And really would be great for more beginners. If you didn't have a lot of experience, 4 cell would be a better option. Now that we've got both the cars out on the bench and you can kind of see the difference in size, both cars have very similar running gear, electronics, motor, power, but the size of the cars is vastly different. Both are 8 scales. The Talion's obviously a little bit wider, so it has wider arms, wider drive shafts, a longer chassis, obviously a body shell that covers most of the components as well. The Typhon is a smaller package, so smaller wheelbase, smaller drive shafts, arms, shorter chassis, and more designed for the speed run stuff. So the Typhon has been super popular for those individuals who wanted a car that, for actually a really affordable price, can have 1, a lot of power, and 2, a lot of performance. So these with some road tyres, take off the multi-purpose tyres that come on it, put some road tyres on, lower the ride height, and you can get some pretty crazy speeds. On 6S, this car is capable of about 110 kilometers an hour out of the box. So super incredible performance and speed. Taking a look under the hood at this car, it's pretty apparent some of the updates that have been made. The first one that's probably going to be pretty striking is this red brace. This is a tower-to-tower shock brace. It is a new addition. It helps with the rigidity of the car when you're taking like front-end impacts to keep it nice and stiff, stop things buckling, keeps the gear mesh square, stops you bending anything in the middle, and any damage to the chassis that could occur from hitting something at high speed. That kind of minimises. Some basic changes they've made, a few of them are actually to the maintenance of the car. So a quick access centre diff, which means with 4 screws you're able to access the centre differential. This is fantastic for changing oils, if you wanted to experiment with different oils for setup and just general maintenance and things like that. We have a new sliding motor mount as well, an updated wing mount at the back, which is a bit beefier. And a nice little feature is they've added essentially they call it a never pop ball link, but the steering tie rod ends, the screw that they use to secure that to the Ackerman link here has a massive pan head on the base of it, which means that even if you have a large impact that would normally pop the ball cup off, it actually can't get popped off. So you're not going to have an issue where you have a crash, pop a ball cup off, have to go over to the car and pop that back on. They're actually going to stay attached, which is a really nice little feature. Another nice feature as well is a servo saver. On a lot of ready-to-run cars, servo saver comes either set really loose or it loosens up. Essentially what the servo saver is protection between the servo and the wheels. There's a spring with a nut that you can put some preload on, and it'll turn the wheels independently of the servo arm and take any shock load from when you hit objects. The Arrma have developed a system where the servo nut essentially doesn't come loose. So when you set it to the required preload on the spring, you're not going to have it come loose, and ultimately when it comes loose you don't really have any control of the car. Steering's really sloppy, it's not very precise. So it's another nice feature from Arrma. A couple of upgrades to this car and changes from the previous version on the electronic side are a full Spektrum radio system. So this does use a Spektrum STX2 and SRX200 receiver, which is a really, really nice upgrade, as well as the IC5 connectors from Spektrum. Now, it does come with the jumper, so preset you can run either two 2S or two 3S batteries, or you can run one 4S or one 6S. So if you're running the dual batteries, you would use both plugs and remove the jumper. and if you were going to run only the single battery, like 1.6 or 1.4S, you would install the jumper in and then just plug straight into one of the leads. This lead's really handy, so it is compatible with Spektrum's line of smart batteries, which gives you some extra feedback. Is compatible with EC5 as well, so if you do have batteries with the normal blue EC5, they'll plug straight into the IC5 connector. So nice and universal, compatible with a lot of options on the battery side of things as well. The Typhon has also undergone some changes and updates. Now we'll go through these one by one. A lot of them are for durability, ease of maintenance, and then some updates to the electronic side. I guess we'll start with the electronic side. So again, this has seen a full Spektrum radio system. So STX2 transmitter, SRX200 receiver, and then the Spektrum IC5 connectors again. Same as the Talion, so you have the option of two 2S, two 3S, a single 4S or a single 6S, whichever you choose. I know a lot of people have 3S cars, so if you have those, you'll have 3S batteries. You might want to run two of those to get your 6S set up in the Typhon 2019 spec. Now, these are compatible with EC5 connectors as well, so they do have some compatibility, but if you are using them with the Spektrum smart batteries that include the IC5s, there's some really great features on that, as well as with the Spektrum smart chargers also. So some awesome capability with the IC5 connectors. As far as the durability side of things is concerned, again, we have an easy access center diff, 4 screws, you're able to get to the differential. It's fantastic for maintenance side of things, so refreshing diff oil when it gets tired and old, and also a setup side, so you can change your diff oil quite easily, get access to that and make changes on the fly depending on your setup. And we have the new sliding motor mount as well, an updated wing mount in the back, it's just a bit beefier. We also have the Never Pop ball cups, and the Never Loose steering servo saver setup as well. So again, just some durability things. A nice feature from Arrma is that they include an aluminium steering servo horn as standard on the car out of the box. So I think when you take a look at this in detail, you notice how chunky and durable the car looks, how much effort they've put into design little things like aluminium shock caps, aluminium servo saver, really like nice sway bar mounts, ball link servo saver, the spring not ever being able to come loose. It just adds to the durability of the car and really puts it a sort of a step above a lot of other ready-to-run cars that maybe don't include the nice aluminium bits, and they're sort of the first things that tend to break. So overall, fantastic update on an already very successful car and a very capable car. Some really nice additions to increase not only the durability, but also the ease of maintenance, and a change to the electronic side is sure to see you in control of the car at all times. Thanks for joining us again today, guys, for another RC update. Really excited about the 2019 cars from Arrma. Like I said, these were actually released today. So these are live on the website, ready to ship. If you are interested, jump on the website, have a look. As always, give us a like, follow our Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll see you next week for another video.